got some paint in my eyes. This is wild. Stop moving!
Why are you painting your ear?
You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. So let's rewind a bit. Hello and welcome back to our channel. This week we're diving back into our kitchen renovation, tackling a few challenges we've never faced before. And while the kitchen is finally starting to take shape, we also celebrated a big milestone, our very first harvest here in France. Stick around to see how it all unfolded. The first step was taking a closer look at the cupboards we bought cheaply from a neighbor. So here we have the old kitchen doors. All of these will be repainted. I need to take off all the hinges, all the handles. It's gonna be a fun project. Next step will be here. I have some Scotch-Brite. I'm gonna use it to roughen up the surface before we put the first coat of paint. I'll start with this much. Works well in the dirt as well. We've always wanted a kitchen with an old, rustic feel, but with a fresh touch. So a second-hand kitchen was the perfect choice. Now it's finally time to clean them up, give them a little love, and add a fresh coat of paint. To speed things up and to avoid constantly flipping the cupboard doors, we decided to hang them from the ceiling and paint both sides at once. One of the bedrooms already had nails in the ceiling, so Gisli only had to rearrange them a bit to make all the doors fit. The result looked almost like an optical illusion, but it was definitely practical. The doors kept swinging and twisting, which made getting an even coat of paint surprisingly tricky. But it turns out all you need is a bit of speed to outsmart those spinning doors. Walking between all those swinging doors, trying not to touch a single one, turned into its own little obstacle course. At one point, we genuinely wondered if this was a clever idea, or just a weird one. We painted the doors one by one, giving each a fresh new coat, and crossing our fingers that it would stick and look decent. Wearing a mask over our nose and mouth felt like it should be enough. but apparently it wasn't.
I think I got some paint in my eyes. This is wild.
So much action.
Yeah. Stop moving.
And just when you thought you'd skillfully avoided getting any of that green paint on yourself,
Why are you painting your ear?
better luck next time. Did I enjoy this task? Oh yes, very much indeed. Let's move on. In another part of the house that will eventually be our kitchen, Kisley's putting his carpentry skills to the test, figuring out how to get the window to stay put.
I have to concrete a little bit outside onto this windowsill. And I put these metal rebars here as support because I plan to make a little concrete windowsill so the rain doesn't go directly on the wall. So I have to concrete here first so I can screw in the wooden windowsill here. So it will be screwed in. I have to do all of this first so I can concrete the inside and have the screws. Making it a little moist to help the concrete stick properly. Time to continue doing something I've never done before. I think I'm happy there. I think I screw it in and then I just shove a mortar underneath a little more. I think we're pretty much there. The hardest thing every single time while building is trying to remember where you put the tools, where you've misplaced them. A few screws in. Time to try and fill it up. So far, I kind of like working with the limestone better. It's so much smoother to work with. Not such a bad start, I think. So, should be pretty much completely filled under there. And then once the weather gets better and there is no more frozen nights ahead, I think I will have to fill this up until here. However, I will do that. And same up here. Gonna close it up until this line. Smooth all this out. And yeah. Hopefully it turns out pretty good. It would definitely be nicer to be using a new plank, something more flat, although the wall isn't very flat either. Time to mix some cement. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of water to this mix. Might be a little too dry. I think this will be better. Quite a bit runnier, but probably be easier to get it down to where it needs to be. It's a good thing to be smart afterwards. I just now realized I didn't put any oil on the board. So yeah, let's see how that turns out, trying to get this board up after this dries. Looks great now. But I guess we can call this a practice run, because I have no idea what's gonna happen when I remove this board without having put any oil on it. I guess I'm gonna be ripping apart either the board or the wall or both. Who knows? Well, I'll make sure to take a video when I do. It's been an hour and a half. And instead of waiting it to fully cure and then having to break everything apart, hopefully I'll get it apart and I can smooth it up, or it all falls on the floor. Too bad.
While the window sill is slowly coming together, plenty of other things are happening out in the garden. Winter is starting to make its presence known, dropping temperatures below zero from time to time. As a first-time farmer, I can't help but worry about my crops. I know they're supposed to handle the cold, but how much below zero is too much? To make sure I don't wake up disappointed one morning, I decided to cover them with fleece just to be on the safe side. But you know the most exciting part of gardening? Yes, harvesting. Not in my wildest dreams did I think that after such a short time in a new place, I'd be able to pick fresh salad. The leaves are still small, perfectly juicy, and wonderfully crunchy, just right for a winter salad. Those tiny leaves might not look like much, but having our very own salad on the dinner table makes us feel a little closer to self-sufficiency. Alright, enough of the garden. Let's see what Gisli's been cooking up in the kitchen.
How to do this? I'm trying to figure out how to, or what is the best way to finish the top. And I've cut the board I used down here to length. So I think I'll use the window to support the front. And these to support the back. So I found these rusting away in the grass on the property, but managed to get them loose. I think they're gonna work just fine. I think I'll add little screws here, just as a little bit of support, and I will give it a go. This time I'm going to remember to put some oil on the mold, or on the wood. I don't want to have to remove this one until it's completely dry. I'm just going to be using some normal sunflower oil. You can use a lot of stuff, like used motor oil and diesel and stuff. It's just not the most environmentally friendly. So I think I'm going to use sunflower oil. See if it works. Alright, then I'll just mix up some mortar and put it in. Here's what it looks like now. I don't want to get too greedy and make it completely flat. Currently it's a little bowed in, and I think I'll fix that with some lime plaster later. For now I think this is fine. I don't want it all to come and sag down at the bottom like it already is a little. So that should be good for now. And then we just wait for it to dry and see what happens. Hopefully it's not a disaster. I think it's been around 8 hours since I did this, so I think it's time to check it out. Very firm to the touch. Pretty good. And then I think I can make it even since it's bowing it. Alright. I've been trying to figure out a nice way to do the sides. Also material in the kitchen interior that I can sacrifice. I think it's gonna work pretty well. I think I'm gonna screw it into the wall and then I can just fill it up even, take it off tomorrow. Since it's painted, I think I don't have to put any oil or anything. So let's hope this works. We'll shove the concrete in here. The hinge is going to hold it in the back. And the screw on the front. And hopefully it's going to be pretty straight. Here's how it looks. This one is not quite perfect. It have to come a little tiniest bit to be straight. The other side. It's right in the middle. And always the leftovers of the mortar I'm just using to fill up some damage left behind the old kitchen, or the sink that was here was the old kitchen. So right now I'm gonna use the rest of the mortar to fill some of this up. And to check on this, to see how this went. That's okay. Didn't manage to go all the way up into the corner. There's a little spot there as well. And there. So not perfect, but easy enough to fix. Nice to fill all the way up into the corner. Perfect. All right, then the window is completely sealed in from the inside. The outside is pretty much all left, but still waiting for warmer weather. Now I can just start lime plastering the rest of the walls, and then time for paint soon.
And just like that, the window sill is almost ready. We're getting closer to the final result, and it's so exciting. Now it's time to clean the floor and get ready for the next step. Just as winter settles in, we feel the need to protect our sensitive trees that aren't big fans of the cold. A layer of fleece and a little candle to keep them cozy through the night. For now, we hope it's enough. Life on our farm, which takes shape a little more each day, continues. Colder days are on the way, and we cannot wait for all the new adventures ahead. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to welcoming you back for the next step in our dreamland.